Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Cyber concept Lego car. You probably expect a history, but there isn't. This is an original make that I made using no reference pictures whatsoever. Here are all the pieces you're going to need. Now before we get started, I will point out that the 3x4 Mudguard is actually a very hard piece to find. But don't worry, I will make an alternative build using two 2x4 Mudguards. We'll focus on that build first, and then I will show you how to make the Cyber concept car using a different type of front Mudguard. And I must point out, this is no relation to the Cybertruck in any way whatsoever. So here are all the pieces you're going to need. And with that, we can get started. You'll probably see this coming, but as per usual, when we start out each car, we're going to need a 4x7 chassis. The 4x7 chassis has appeared in one, and I mean literally one Lego set in the history of all Lego since the 50s. Yep, you heard me. This only exists in one Lego set. But the first thing we're going to focus on is the underneath. There are a couple of pieces here. They're optional, so you don't have to include them if you don't want to. And they are two 1x2 of aqua coloured panels. So we want to put them on the underneath like so. The reason for that is because these are actually supposed to represent some hover panels, which allows the vehicle to float even if its tyres are punctured. So the first one we're going to focus on is the main cockpit. You already know by now, but just in case, you'll need a steering wheel right here. And for the doors, we're going to need a total of 4 1x3 plates. The reason for that is because of the boosted Mudguard height from the 3x4 Mudguard I showed you earlier. So what you're going to need is to build two stacks using these. Must apologise for the yellow. Some of this Lego has been sun bleached, but they'll be hidden. So you want to put them on like so. And then you want to put them here. And for the tops, we're going to need two 1x3 doors, a left door and a right door. Just in case you can't make it out, each door has actually got a letter on so you can tell what goes where. Not sure if you can tell, but that says an L for left, which means it goes on the left part of the vehicle here. And just in case you don't see it, this actually says an R for right, which means it goes on the right of the vehicle like so. So the first thing we're going to focus on is making the rear part of the car. To start off, you're going to need two 2x2 corner pieces and stick them on as so. And underneath that, we're going to put on two 1x4 plates on top of each other, just like we did for the doors earlier, like this. And then you want to stick it underneath like so. And for this part here, I think it's pretty obvious we will need a 1x2 plate. Then on top of that, we're going to have to, we'll need to stick on our 2x4 mudguard right here. Now I've already tested the brick height with this with a minifig, and the minifig will fit in perfectly. So what you're going to need is a 1x2 plate. I didn't have enough white, so I went for a black, but this will actually be hidden in the final model. So now what we're going to need for the back here are two 1x1 plates in transparent red. And we want to put them on as so. Now on top of those, we'll need to cover them up with two 1x1 plates in white. Now for the back part here, we're going to need a 1x2 plate, a 1x2 tile with handles. This isn't a made up name, it's the official name of a Lego brick. Now for the two side parts here, we're going to need two 1x3 slopes in white. Now for the top part here, we're going to need a 1x4 white slope. Unfortunately, I don't have one of those, so if you don't have a 1x4 slope like I do, you will need two 1x2 slopes and a 1x2 plate and put them together. So we want to stick it on like that. Now the next part we're going to make for this car is the rear engine. Oh, sorry about that. I had a bit of an exposed brick. There we go. Now for the cyber engine, which hence the name, we're going to need a 1x2 plate with a 2x2 bracket. Let's put that to one side. Now we're going to need a 1x2 plate with handlebars and put it right here. And in front of that, you're going to need a 1x2 grille. These exposed holes here are actually for the nitrous to come out, so it looks like the vehicle is boosting. To do that, we're going to need two transparent flames and two 1x1 round plates with holes in. You can get these in the Lego Movie 2 sets with either the General Mayhem's Sistar Starship or Metal Beard's Heavy Metal Trike. These are actually the pieces that represent her jet shoes. And then you want to stick them on the last two holes, like this. Now what you want to put on the top here are two 2x2 corner pieces. Just like that. So the next thing we're going to need is a 1x4 plate. And we want to stick it on like this. And then we're going to need 2 1x2 slopes, or you can use a 1 2x2 slope, and you want to stick them on like this. Then on that, we're going to stick on a 1x2 plate. And that's how you make the jet engine, and that's how you make the cyber engine. Now for the back part here, I kind of forgot to add them, but we'll need to put on a 1x2 tile on the mudguard part right here. And a 1x2 plate, and put it right here. The reason for this is just so it's easier to take the cyber engine on and off without pulling off too many bricks, like so. But yeah, as you saw there, that's where the cyber engine goes. It should fit nice and snug in here. And now for the front part of the car. Just like the back, when we put on the 2 2x2 corner pieces and 2 1x1 plates on top of each other, it's exactly the same. But I don't have those pieces, so I'm changing it to something else. So what we're going to need is a 2x3 plate, and put it on here. Then underneath, we're going to need to put on 2 1x4 plates. One here, and another on top. Now for these two end parts here, we're going to need 2 1x1 plates in transparent light blue, or as I like to call it, turquoise. Then you're going to want to put them on like so. This is to represent that this car is futuristic and has LED headlights. And on top of that, we're going to need a 3x4 white mudguard. Now, just in case you don't have this piece, I have some alternative bricks at the ready, so I can show you an alternative. But anyway, you want to put that here. And the last part you want to put on is this 4x4 window piece, which will go right here. And lastly, well, you already know this by now, but the wheels. And there you go, that's how you build yourself a cyber concept car. An original idea made by me using no reference pictures whatsoever. If you followed the instructions correctly, it should look like this. Lego Digital Designer didn't have a 3x4 mudguard, so I mixed up a bunch of bricks to make it look like it matches. Now, before I finish off the video, I'm going to show you how you can make an alternative front part of the car, with just in case some of you don't have a 3x4 mudguard in white. To make it, we're going to need a 2x4 mudguard, a 2x2 tile, and a total of 4 1x1 cheese slopes, or 2 1x2 cheese slopes. So going back to my model, you first want to take off, firstly we're going to go back to this step by removing the 3x4 mudguard. And as for the doors, all you really need to do is just take one 1x3 slope, 1x3 plate off like so. So that way you'll only need one for each of the doors. Now putting this aside, we're going to, you want to put on your 2x4 mudguard and put it on as so, and a 2x2 tile in place like this. And then you want to put on all the cheese slopes on the front. And there you go. That's how you build the cyber concept without using a 3x4 mudguard. This is for all you viewers that don't have this Lego piece, which next to the white 4x7 chassis is another difficult retired Lego piece to find. So I hope this helps you make the cyber concept car in its original form, and this one for those who don't have the mudguard as said earlier. Bye.